Welcome back to I'm Divinely Faceted. Listen, this gonna be a strong one, y'all. This is gonna be a strong one. Okay. Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. Okay. We're gonna pull a room. Very exciting morning for me, okay? Very exciting morning for me. Now, when I did my free write, this was like the card that was on top, okay? All right, and it has a lot to do with partnership, but not really partnership. It has a lot to do with self, okay? You know that you don't have, you notice you don't have a one ship or a self ship or nothing like that. All right, this is kind of what my free write is about. What rune are we using? Okay, this one is goals. I don't know the name of it, but it's goals. Astral traveling. We had this one already. I just don't know the name of it. Okay. AWAS? Okay, so this one is AWAS. I don't know. Okay, but this one is IWAS. Okay. Now this one is the one that came out. IWAS. Again. Okay. This one is goals, travel, astral traveling, stability, and endurance. Okay. Very, very significant because by this card, the one being pulled, okay, my free write was pretty much about self, okay, and basically the stability of self. Okay, what we normally have out here is energy of us always being clicked up with somebody, whether or not it's a group, whether or not it's a partner, whether or not it's a family member. Like we're in a world where everything is grouped. Okay, but we got to get on our path, our own journey. Okay, your journey is not going to be the journey that everybody else takes. All right, I'm talking to somebody that's very, very specific, somebody that's very, very special here. Okay, if you are on this channel, more than likely you have the light as a chosen. Okay, this is what I am getting. um but yeah, I think this is IWAS. I think that's what it's called, IWAS. All right, it represents goals. Now, you are possibly after this, you are going to be on some sort of a mission, some sort of a goal. Okay, because I am going to show you something that is going to bring everything that people talk about to light. Okay, I'm seeing adorned in divinity and power, and I'm also seeing the Eye of Ra. Okay, the Eye of Ra is what I am seeing here. Okay, so adorned in divinity and power. Okay, this is the road that you want to be on. This is the road that you want to take, because this is the road that they don't want you on. This is the road that they don't want you to take. Okay, now my free write was very, very uh significant. All right, and it's titled Self Rising. Okay, self rising. Notice this was the one that came out on top yesterday, and I picked up partnership. Okay, no one ever speaks about us doing something solo dolo by ourselves. Nobody ever speaks about that. It's not even, if you can have, if there's a ship word that you can have for one, put it in the comments. All right, put it in the comments, okay? Because you got partnership, you got relationship, you got kinship, you got situationship, you got all those boats, okay? Those are boats. Keep that in your mind as I read this. Those are boats. Those are way of traveling, way of going, okay? And you know which group of water that you are in regards to the ship that you're in, okay? Catch it. All right, self-rising. People have been programmed to believe that one cannot rise alone. They are programmed to feel that they need a group in order to rise, or at least one other person. The most successful goals are met when the mission was tackled alone by self. Think back when the slaves thought about running from massa. They always tried to recruit a group. But those who refused to take anyone with them turned out okay, made it through if they had the ability to. Not all are meant to journey with you. Just as high school success was tackled individually, one didn't make it just because the other one did. It was based on individual work. When you're the generational curse breaker, your mission is completed alone. No one fights that fight with you, which is why the road of a chosen is hard and relentless, because this deters anyone from riding it out with you. No one wants to do the work for self, and best believe they are not going through your journey to suffer. And this is why no one hangs around. No one has time. And love was always distressed. No one can go. It's just you. And if they do go, it's only so far. It will never be the whole way. EWAS speaks of partnership. Okay? Partner is the ship traveled. Okay? This only means simply that it is done with somebody. Partner is with somebody. Relationship, this just means relations is the ship travel. And this is the route that deals for relations and relations only. Okay? So this ship is we fucking. Okay? We getting it on. All right? This is relationships. Okay? And that's the road people traveling. Or you got your partnership. That's the road people traveling. You either they partner, y'all they doing it together, or you having relations. But those are two different ships. Okay? And then you have marriage, which is mirage. Mirage. A mirage is an optimal illusion where distant objects are distorted. A marriage is two distant people who see each other as distorted. Okay? Catch it. Then you have kinship. All right? Kin is the ship that you're taking. All right? This is the journey with family. All right? Nothing is out here alone. You're not doing nothing alone. All of these ships is with somebody. Okay? You traveling with somebody. Okay? The most recent ship is situation ship. Okay? That one came out of nowhere. Okay? This one is the situation. This is the ship that you're taking. Okay? Which means your journey is revolving around a situation. Our lives will remain in these ships, but we will never be able to travel back home. Self-rise and be the reason someone else decided to change. Okay? Now, I downloaded what I got was alien ships, okay? When I read that part, that's what I got. We are not from here. Us not being from here and not being able to return or to elevate back to where we are supposed to be from, okay? Now, this does not mean that you have to actually get in no goddamn ship and pune and going on up there and all of that, okay? We talking about you being in the ship all discombobulated with self, okay? And going back home is being in that ship that takes you back to the mind, that takes you back to self, okay? You got partnership that's done with somebody. You got relations, you fucking with somebody, okay? But y'all doing it, all right? It's that. You got kinship, it's family involved, okay? The one ship that people desert, that people are not trying to take is the actual ship that gets you back to where you supposed to be, okay? And that is hardship, okay? Hardship. Whenever it is hardship, people jump fucking ship, right? They jump the ship. They don't want to be there. So they partner with somebody. So they get in a relationship. So they get with a friend. Get with a kin. Okay? Get in a marriage. They don't care that it's distorted. They don't care that it's just relations. They don't care that you got a partner. They just know that it's not hard and they not doing it by themselves. And that is the only way that you can get to where you're going, because can't nobody come with you. Okay? You came in the world. This just brings life to that. I came in this world and I'm leaving alone and I'm leaving alone. It's that type of energy. But you ain't got to just leave the earth. We're talking about leaving ego behind. That's all we're talking about. Let's stop talking about death. All right? We ain't going to talk about death because we ain't even began to live yet. We haven't even began to do and to get to where we're supposed to be. All right. So I channeled that. I also channeled the slave was stuck on a loop or a cycle. Okay. And then quote unquote, itching to rise as a people. Okay. So I'm getting that by the itching to rise as a people, they were the closest ones to knowing what it is that you really had in you, okay? They weren't tarnished by the Bible until later. So they already had some sort of belief within them. Okay, itching to rise as a people because they know where they came from. Okay, the slaves were the ones that was sitting at their grandmas and great grandmas feet. Okay, that lived for a long time, telling them the story of. Okay, we don't get that story though. We get the Christ story. We get the Jesus story. That's the story we get. Okay. Then I got elephant ears. Okay. When I got elephant ears, I actually got, and that may be significant. I don't know if somebody, just had an elephant ear or something like that. But when I got elephant ear, I thought about the little like funnel cake thing. Okay, that they put the little powder on. Okay, I thought about that. But then I thought about an actual elephant ear. Okay? And it gave me another way of saying it, I guess. Colocasia? All right? I forgot to look that up. Okay? Look up colocasia, Trey. Colocasia. You got it? Colocasia. You got it? You do got it. Okay. I did look it up. Okay, I did look it up. Okay. Colocasia, okay, commonly known as the elephant's ear, is a genus of flowering plants in the Ericaceae family. Okay, this is what it looks like. I did take a picture of this yesterday. All right, this is what this looks like. Colocasia, an elephant ear plant. All right, now this is significant. You either have one of these or you need to get one, okay? I forgot what I seen about it yesterday. It'll come to me, okay? But yeah, it's a plant, okay? And the elephant ear stands for wisdom, protection, and prosperity. Okay, now this is where we're trying to get ourselves to. We're trying to protect our energy. We're trying to protect what we don't know we have yet, and we're trying to get to prosperity here. Okay, but you're not gonna get there being in any type of ship other than that hardship. Okay, because you notice confirmation. Whenever you go through a hardship, okay, you rise, okay? Just like I told you, I went through homelessness. That was a hardship. I could have called multiple people. Hey, can I come stay with you? Hey, can me and the kids come stay with you? Hey, can me and the kids come stay with you? I could have called multiple people and asked that, okay? But no, I wanted to go through that hardship because that's the ship that's going to get me somewhere, okay? You got people that fall on hard times, okay? Fall into homelessness and they calling family. And they on that ship, okay? Or they calling the dude that they used to fuck with, and they on that ship. Or they calling a partner, and they on that ship, okay? They're not trying to be in the hardship, and the hardship is what gets you exactly where you are supposed to go. The hardship, it gets you on that path, all right? This is the energy. Now, when it comes to the Egyptian cards, all right? When it comes to these, remember, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? Where's those? Okay? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. When I say, bro, this card right here, this got me. It really do. It got me. It got me, bro. It got me. All right? Now, notice that this eye right here, the eye of Ra, is orange. Okay? And the eye of Horus is black. All right? Notice that. All right, the eye of Ra is with the woman. The eye of Horus is with the masculine. Okay, now we went all the way down to 9 and 10, which was Horus and Seth. I'm sorry, 8 and 9. We went all the way down to Horus and Seth. Okay, now remember, I told you this was good and evil. This is like the good and the evil angel that's on your back that they show in the cartoons. Okay, this is good and evil right here. Okay, and this is actually where I stopped. All right, so you have your eye And then you have that bad part of you, okay? Your ego, and then you have your divinity part of you. That's what these two represent, okay? Now remember, this right here is very significant, okay? Because that's the eye of God, and it sits with woman, okay? Now, we're going to start from number 9. That was with Horus. Horus came. That is the eye, okay? Now, you have the task of blending your ego and your divinity together. This is where this card comes in at. Meditation. All right. This is the reason why she is present. All right. Because there's meditation that has to happen in order for you to blend and bring your low vibrational and your high vibrational together. Okay. Your high vibrational is Horus. Your low vibrational is Seth. Okay. So you have to go through meditation. Okay. Now in Christianity, and the reason why you're seeing this, all right, because that makes no sense to nobody when you see it. She's in meditation, and you don't know what you're going to see when you go in meditation, okay? You just may see an elephant in a leather motherfucking jacket when you go into meditation. So you never know what you're going to see when you go in meditation. But Christianity, this don't exist in Christianity. This meditation part, it don't exist in Christianity. They're not telling you about this one, okay? They stopped the story at good and evil, good and bad. Okay, that's really where they stop telling you the story and start trying to fabricate the rest. Okay, remember, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, and then he created Adam and Eve, and then it skipped all the way to passion. Okay, because that apple was the temptation. That apple was passion. That apple was sex. Okay, it went all the way from Adam and Eve to passion. Okay, passion ain't here yet. We at number 10. We at number 10. We at meditation. Passion is number 16. Passion is number 16. So the Christianity, they don't have no 10. All right, meditation and divination is a sin in Christianity. Okay, this one don't exist. All right, so that's the beginning of where they start chopping and screwing the story. Okay, after Adam and Eve, and then after that good and bad, that Seth and that Horus, then they start chopping the story, because meditation and divination, we don't want them to have that. That's a sin in their Bible. Okay, then you got Anubis. Anubis on here is transformation. Okay. But in what they telling you out in this world today, Anubis is death. Anubis is after you done went on ahead and then done died, okay? And then you going to the afterlife, or you going to a whole nother world, or you going somewhere else. And okay, but Anubis is at 11 here. Anubis still in the beginning. Okay, he's still in the beginning. Anubis is transformation. So the death that they're talking about is the ego death. Okay, so that is the ego is Seth. The resentment, the hatred, that's the ego. The devil on the shoulder, that's the ego. So you have to have a death in order for you to bring it together through meditation, okay? Notice, with meditation, you bring, this is now Horus' eye. This is not Ra's eye. This is Horus' eye. Remember. This is Ra's eye. Okay? When you go through meditation, you bring that eye of Ra into the eye of Horus. All right? And that part, they don't have in here. What eye? They don't want you to see. Crush that bitch over. That part. Okay? They don't want you to have that. All right? So meditation and Christianity and divination is a sin. Okay? Then you got your transformation. All right? That ego death, where Seth no longer controls your body. Seth is anger. Seth is rage. Seth is everything not good. That's what Seth is. The god of rage. The god of everything bad. Okay? Then you got your transformation here, all right? You got the feather. You know how they say the heart must be as light as a feather? Look, Raven even paying attention. The heart must be as light as a feather. Okay? Now he ain't taking nobody heart out their body. That's the simple way of looking at it. That's the let me fuck you over visually. Okay? That's what they doing on the TV. They got the man taking the heart out after you're dead and gone. It's not that. It's after you done went through joining and combining your Horus, your God Ra eye with your Horus eye and lighten it up. Okay? Now they want to see what's your love like? What's your heart like? Is your heart as light as a feather? That's what they trying to measure. You ain't dead and gone when you get to Anubis. Anubis is not that one that's standing at the gate for you to pass away. And that's not all he's doing. It's this ego death here. You dropped your ego. Now let me see how light you are. You combined your ego and you made it into one, and you brought your negative and your positive together, your low vibration and your high vibration together. Okay, you have tamed your ego. Remember, I told you this is the reason why I got this septum here, because I tamed my ego. All right, and once your ego is tamed, that's when Anubis comes in. He want to weigh it. He want to see where you at with it. He want to make sure you as light as a feather. Your heart, where you are now, not after, not a dead, they really got you thinking that you gonna go and walk that path. And when you get there, your legs is about to give out because you wondering whether or not your heart is as light as a feather. No, it is transformation. They want to see right after you have come out of this meditation and transformed your life. Let's see how you weigh, what you weighing now. All right, that's what they trying to see. All right, and once they see that you have transformed, then you got access to thought for real. Then you got access. They deeming you to be whole. Now, once you become whole, then you can have access to everything thought up. Then you can have access to your Akashic records. Then you can see all type of things so that you can be whole, because you've already nurtured yourself. You've already brought your Ra eye and your Horus eye together. They've already measured you and weighed you out. This is not after you dead and gone. All of this that I'm talking about right now, this ain't even in Christianity. In Christianity, you got all the way, you went from Horus, the good and the bad, and then to passion. All of this is not in Christianity, okay? So now if we go back and we look at Christianity, the 11th card here, okay? Now, remember, number 10 is where we bring it together. They don't have this. They believe divination is evil, okay? And this is the chopping the screw, okay? Then you get to Anubis, transformation. For Christians, don't expect an ego death. They don't expect the ego death because they ain't telling you about that part in the Bible. Your ego employs them and strengthens them, okay? The falsehood, the religions, your ego strengthens them. Your ego is the reason why they even exist. Your ego is the reason why the church is even relevant, okay? Because you done did some dumb shit and then you want to go to church to repent, okay? But no, it's meditation, bringing it together, combining your negative with your positive, your low vibrational, combining that. Your masculine with your feminine, combining that, okay? They don't got that in Christianity, okay? It's all bad. It's all bad in Christianity. After Adam and Eve did what they did with that passion, and we went downhill since then. But that's not the story they telling, okay? They telling you to bring your negative and your positive together, your Horus and your self energy together. And you do that by meditation, regardless of how you meditate, okay? But you have to go in, that's for sure. And ain't no telling what you gonna see, as I showed you on this card, okay? You will begin to have access to your Akashic records. This is number 12, okay? Don't want you awake. They need you sleep. This is the Christians' number 12, okay? This ain't even in it. This ain't even it. Thought, knowledge, no. They need you asleep. Wholeness? You in Christianity, you will never be whole. This ain't what they teaching. Okay? They teaching go to church and wait for and wait for and wait for and wait for and wait for. That's what they teaching. The Egyptian, they teaching you, we got here Now bring it back together. This is what they're teaching. But Christianity stopped at number 9. Okay? We on number 12 now. All right? They don't want Christianity. They not preaching for you to bring it back. To bring yourself to a whole. You're supposed to remain impartial until the Christ comes back. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh, he'll be here. He'll be here. Okay? You stand and remaining impartial all the way up until the fake God comes back. They got you waiting when wholeness happens here and it happens now. Okay? This is what I was getting, broski. Okay? You have access to your Akashic records once you change and transform your life. Once your heart is as light as a feather, you have access to your Akashic records, bro. You have access to information. You can get all of this, but not in Christianity. In Christianity, that don't exist, okay? Then we got number 13, all right? Now, after you come and bring yourself to this wholeness here, after you are a complete whole, after you've blended your negative with your positive, your divine feminine with your divine masculine, after you brought that to a center and you have tamed your ego, now your eyes are open to the truth. Okay, to truth and fairness. All right, now this number 13. This is number 13. They don't have it, but look at the eyes. The eyes are both black now. Okay, the eyes are black now. The eyes are seeing the same thing now. They are together now. Okay, you're able to see the truth. All right, they were distant on every last one of these cards. You either got Horus eye or you got Ra's eye, okay? But after you become whole, the eyes show up on the page together. Now you should be able to see. Do you understand? And what you're seeing is truth and fairness. That's what you're seeing. But number 13, for the Christians, truth and fairness don't exist. Okay, because we still live in a opposite world. Okay, we still ain't shit. All right, this is I'm about to get emotional about this because I'm starting to feel what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm starting to see it and feel it in different type of ways of what I'm talking about. Number 13 for Christians, truth is hidden. They don't have a truth coming out. Okay, it's to pull the wool over your eyes. Number 13 in Christianity, keep the wool over their eyes. Keep the truth in it hidden. Okay, number 13, just think about what number 13 is. You don't even have a 13th floor. Okay, in these tall rise buildings, you don't even have a 13th floor. They go from 12 to 14. Why isn't it a 13th floor, okay? Because it's hidden. That's the hidden shit. That's out here, okay? It's hidden. But that's supposed to be the truth. But they ain't into the truth. So you don't got no 13th floor in no building. Because it's hidden. Okay? That's the agenda. Keep it hidden. Okay? Then you got Friday the 13th. And that's bad. Okay? The 13th is still talking about truth and fairness. But the 13 in this world that we live in is no good. It's no good. When it is some good, 13 is really the number 4. Okay? But they don't want you to know that. And what's number 4? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Number 4? That's the beginning of everything. That's how it started. The truth is in the beginning. Okay? This is what I'm picking up on, all right? You are able to see things. Once you complete and go through that bringing yourself back together, all right? The way Christianity is out here, all right, this is the reason why they push sex. This is the reason why they got them passion. This is the reason why everybody half naked on the stage. This is the reason why they got men like men and women like women. Because they want you to be in your passions. Forget all this. This is the in-between. Remember I told you I can tell you exactly where Christianity started. And then when they chopped it up, and then when they brought it back in, I could show you in these cards, okay? They stopped at Seth, good and bad. They stopped at Seth, okay? We had work to do with the good and bad. We had work to do. Okay? Listen, we had work to do. In the Christian Bible, Adam and Eve, they got thrown from the garden, okay? The garden is your mind. They lost consciousness. They lost consciousness. That's the garden. The garden is consciousness. Okay? They was all in their passions, and we ain't even there yet. Okay? They was all in their passions. Fucking on each other, bro, and they weren't supposed to. You supposed to be doing that with intention. Intention is having a baby, okay? But they was doing it without intention. And they lost consciousness, okay? It's all in the sacral energy. They lost consciousness. This is the depiction of them being thrown out of the Garden of Eden, okay? It's that type of energy, bro. It's that type of energy, all right? Fairness and truth. That was 13. We hidden, and Christianity is all hidden. Christianity don't got none of these. None of these in the Bible. None of them. Okay? Then you got 14 and 15. These two, they collaborate together. These two, they work together. Skill. 14 is intelligence, and 15 is skill. Okay? Both of them in Christianity is dumb down. Dumb them motherfuckers down. Dumb them down. Dumb them down. Dumb them down. Okay? Retarded style. Like, dumb a nigga down. All right? But number 15 and number 14 is intelligence and skill. So after you find out your truth, okay, after you find out and break yourself free of this matrix, then you start to pick up your intelligence, your knowledge. Remember, because Thoth already gave it to you. He made you whole to where you could see that now. Okay? He made you whole to where both them eyes working together now. Okay? They not separate. They together now. Okay? It was wrote into Horus's eye. It was wrote in. Okay? This is what, and now you can see clearly. They got both the eyes on here. Okay? So now that you got both eyes and you can see and you know what's really good, okay? Now you get your intelligence and you get your skill. Okay? But we don't got this. We dumbed down in Christianity. You ain't told us nothing. So we don't know nothing. All we know is what you writing in this Bible, and you stopped per Egyptian. You stopped and started making your shit up here. God damn it. You start making your shit up. So with intelligence and skill. So now you tapped in, all right? You're able to tap in to the gods. You're able to receive information, okay? And then you're able to get your gifts, all right? This is the skill part here, okay? This is what Christianity don't want you tapping into. The skill part. What's the skill? What's the skill, okay? Fuck reading cards, okay? Fuck reading the cards, okay? We talking about all the clairs, though. Clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, okay? We talking about all the clairs, but it goes beyond the clairs, okay? Because that is the intelligence, all right? That's your senses. The intelligence, okay? That's the intel, all right? That's your intelligence, all right? All the clairs is your intelligence. Now your skill, where your skill at? Where your skill, okay? Your skill is that avatar shit they told you. Catch it? It's being shown to us. We ain't seeing it, though. That's all. We ain't seeing it. But once you get to this right here, you can see it. And so this is why Christianity don't want you to see it. Okay? So now our skill is in that avatar shit. Our skill is knowing how to control water. Okay? Per this card. Remember this card? Where's that card at? I don't even know, man. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Per this card. What's she doing with her hands? She using her skills. Okay? Where's the other one? Damn it. I don't know where it's at, y'all. I don't know where it's at right now. But the girl that was holding the water and pouring the water, not using her hands at all. Telekinesis. Okay? That's part of your skill. Okay? We got the airbenders. All right? We got the water benders. Those are skills. We got the fire benders. Those are skills. This is what they don't want you to know. You can't fuck with that. If you became your God self, can't nobody fuck with that. You understand? Do you understand? But you can't get to your God self without no woman, without that queen. You can't get to your God self because we the one with the light. We the one with the light. Okay? And when it comes to battling out here, it's no competition. When it comes to battling, we don't even have to go to the front line and fight when you got your skill. Okay? You talking about sending a nuke type shit. Okay? A nuclear weapon. Okay? Type shit. You talking about doing that and us that's with the gods. All right? We talking about bringing the waters all over the whole entire earth. Okay? And then we just in a water bubble and that we can still breathe in. Okay? That's what we talking about. You dropping what, where? Okay? It's no competition. You won't be able to fight. It's that type of energy. And this is the reason why they don't want us to have these skills, okay? Because not everybody got them. I'm sorry. Not everybody got them. You do have that energy that you can bring yourself into this and into that. But just like with anything else, the black people are superior in everything, just like sports. Okay? You can probably read cards, but you ain't gonna read them like my ass type shit. Like my ass type shit. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. You may have it in you, but I got an ingredient. I got a spice in my DNA that you don't have type shit. Okay? Everybody don't have it. And the Christians know this. Okay? And because we don't have it, we cannot let this get out. We cannot let this be told, okay? You have skills that you ain't even tapped into and that they not telling you that you have. But in the Bible, you are seeing that there are seers. You are seeing that they were able to walk on water. That's because they were water benders, okay? Jesus was able to calm the water because he was a water bender, okay? And he was the main avatar because he could probably do all of it. Where he could heal, he could move the waters, he could do something with fire, all of it. Okay, and this is what you are not seeing. This is what they are not allowing us to see. Okay, this part right here is the part that they kept out. Okay, this is the part that they kept out. They went straight from Adam and Eve. Okay, they didn't even tell you Horus and they didn't even give you this, but they give you in the cartoon where you got the good devil on the good angel on one side and the devil on the other side. Okay, they give it to you in the cartoon. They didn't give you Horus and this that you had to balance together. They didn't give you that. So they stopped at what, 7? They stopped at 7 and jumped all the way to 16. Passion. Okay, because Adam and Eve, which is Osiris and Isis, and then they jump from that to passion. Okay? And they got put out of the Garden of Eden. Really, they lost their consciousness because of passion. They lost their consciousness because they was using their sacral energy. And so now, all right, they were no longer adorned in divinity and power. They no longer had the eye of Ra. Okay? Wow. They no longer had the eye of Ra. Now, what is this divinity and power that they lost? What is this that they didn't, that they don't have no more? As to the reason why they was kicked out of the Garden of Eden or lost consciousness. What is it that they don't have, okay? They don't have sacral energy. They no longer have sacral energy. They couldn't, per the Bible, they couldn't even think of how to sow the seeds for the land because it was done for them. Okay, because they had the consciousness. Okay, they was able to grow a tomato out of nowhere. Tomato. Okay, fruit. They were able to do things and get what they needed. But now that they done lost consciousness, now you got to sow the goddamn ground, and they like, fuck. Hell no. We didn't have to do this. We did not have to do this. Okay? And now the birth pains, okay? And this is we just taking up where they left off, okay? This is what happened. They left out of consciousness. They weren't able to handle the skills. They didn't have the skills or the intelligence when they was put out of the Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden is just consciousness. That's it. That's it. Okay? Now, in saying that, and speaking on that sacral energy, let me show you something. Where my phone? Pull it up. Go get that cucumber. All right? Now listen. This is the path that everybody should be on after this video. Thank you. This is the path that everybody should be on after this video. Okay? Vital life force, is that what it's called? Life force energy. Life force energy? Okay. We all should be on that journey of life force energy. Okay? And what is life force energy? Life force energy is your aura. All right? That's your aura. Okay? That's what people need off of you. When you got somebody sucking up your energy, that's what they sucking up. They draining your aura. Okay, when you walk into the room and everybody notice you and this, that, and the other, it's because of your aura. Okay, it has everything to do with your aura. All right, everybody have different color auras depending on where they are in their life. Okay, when it comes to the Egyptians, they lost that sacral energy, and so they lost that life force. They lost that life force energy. Now, they probably did still have an aura, but what color is it now? Okay, we have the task of bringing things back to a center. Okay, because they were adorned with divinity and power. They were adorned with that until they lost consciousness, until they lost the eye of God, until they lost all of that. Okay, this is how the Christians, they just put everybody in passions. They just let it just keep going instead of telling everybody the truth so we can bring it back together and fix it. Okay, now a lot of people be like, oh, I ain't into celibacy. Oh my God, I ain't into celibacy. I need this and I need that and I need this. Okay, listen, let me show you something. I took a shower. All right, and I like my showers hot. That's TMI, but I gotta tell you because it go. Okay, I like my showers hot, and so the mirrors were steamed up. They were steamed, and I'm putting on oil in the mirror. Okay, the mirror. I'm waiting on the mirror to actually de-steam so that I could finish doing what I'm doing. Okay, but I'm in the mirror lotioning up my hands, oiling up my hands and my arms and all of this. All of a sudden, I look in the mirror and I'm watching my hands, and I could see my aura sitting about this high, this tall, away from my skin. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm in awe. I'm about to show you the video. Okay? I'm in awe. My mouth wide open. My jaw dropped, bro. My mouth wide open, like I'm catching it like y'all about to catch it. I'm at the same time. I'm telling Trey, go get the camera, Trey. Go get the camera. Go get the camera, Trey. You see this? Look this. Can you see this? Before he went and got the camera, I was like, can you see this, Trey? Can you see what I see? Because I'm thinking it's just my eyes, okay? I'm thinking I'm the only one that can see this, okay? But when they came in, I called both of them, okay? They be on her own shit. I called both of them. I was like, do y'all see this? Can y'all see this? All right. And you can't see it in regular mirror, but you can see it in the fog of the mirror. Okay. And they like, yeah, it's orange. It's orange. And I'm looking, trying to, I can't even fucking fathom what I'm seeing. Go get the camera, Trey. Go get the camera. All right. And I caught it. I caught my aura on camera because I had to show y'all. Okay. Here we go. Hold on. It's gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna play no sound, so it's gonna be quiet. Look at my hands. Look at the light beaming off of my hands. Do you see it, Trey? Look at my hands, y'all. Look at the aura around my hands, around my arms. That's aura. What color do you see? It started over. What color did you see? Y'all want to see it again? Y'all want to see it again? Look at the aura, the light beaming off of my hands. Can you see it? Okay. That's an aura. I've never seen my aura like that. My eyes had to be cocked in order for me to see the turquoise aura that I had before. But now, my kids was like, it's orange, and I'm too fucking fucked up to even give it a color. So what color did you see? All right? But because my kids said it was orange, I looked up orange. Okay? And I tried to compare what did the Egyptians, what did they think of aura? What was their belief when it came to aura? But back in the day, it's per Google, it wasn't shit about aura. It wasn't nothing about aura. They wasn't into aura. Bullshit. Okay, because you are supposed to illuminate, all right, and they were the illuminated people. Okay, and this is the reason why the Illuminati, okay, they stole that as well. Okay, they make it all look bad. All right, we are the illuminated people. That is light. Okay, the Illuminati, evil has taken it and used it, and now we got all this bad perception about the word when that is simply illuminated, lit, light of people, the light within someone, okay? So them seeing orange, I looked up, or had my son look up, what did orange mean with the Egyptians? Okay, you find that part, Trey? You got my phone? What do I do with it? Oh, okay. Now, what orange means with the Egyptians? Find that one. And when I say I was in awe, I was in awe. Okay, because the Egyptian went by colors. Okay, which is possibly chakra, but they went by colors. All right, this says sun, and I'm just about to read this, y'all. It says sun and divine flesh. It says the color orange blending red and yellow was linked to the sun god Ra. I just told y'all yesterday, or the day before yesterday, that Ra is a woman. Okay, and that we are the closest to God. And when you put your energy and fix your energy and get your shit where it's fucking supposed to be, you can sit with the gods. Okay, this is real energy. It says orange blending red and yellow was linked to the sun god Ra, a prominent deity. Egyptians believed that God's skin was gold. Okay, yellow, gold represent perfection, divinity, and eternal life. Orange likely carried a similar association representing divine power, eternal life, and the sun's energy. Okay, ancestors closest to the sun. All right. Now, when it comes to your aura, when it comes to what you have that reeks off of you, that is what it is that people drain from you. Okay. That is what it is that when you got people coming and you drained after they leave, that's what it is when you got your narcissist, you're the supply. That aura, that will be a hell of a fucking supply for a fucking narcissist. The aura that I have will be a hell of a supply for a narcissist. And now, can you imagine how low vibrational I would be if I allowed somebody to drain that? Do you know how low vibrational I would be? Do you know where I will be sitting versus where I'm sitting right now? Okay, proof that that energy, that frequency that you see beaming off of me, okay, that right there, proof that is life force energy. Okay, and I showed you yesterday what life force energy do, and I didn't even know it until today. I grew this in my own yard. Look at this motherfucking cucumber, bro. This is the energy that I put into my yard, my garden. Look at the cucumber, okay? So the life force that you seen beaming off of me is why this fucking cucumber is this fucking big. So imagine if this was a person. Okay, this is what they doing to you. They draining all your life force so they could be big, so they could be plump, so they could be this, and so they could be that. Okay, check into your own shit, bro. Get your own shit. Use your own energy. Okay, put your own energy into your own self. Okay, because if you put it into your own self, imagine what my kids about to be out here. Imagine what my kids is about to be out here. Okay. The same way I'm producing fruit and vegetables out in that garden is the same way I'm doing my kids. I'm pouring into my kids. We ain't going another generation with no gods. And they know that. And they know that. That right there is proof of my life force energy, okay? And this is the reason why this reading is saying all of these readings that we've been doing, okay? All of these readings that the readers is doing is saying, hey, they on their way back. They on their way back. They coming. They coming. They see it. They see it. They coming. They coming. That is the reason why they coming. The word, the term, oh, you gonna have people coming out the woodwork is that type of energy here. You gonna have energy that have people coming out of the woodwork for it. Okay, so protect your energy and get on that journey, bro. Get on that journey. This the energy that Jesus had. Okay, if there's a Jesus, this is the energy that Jesus had. This is what they could feel in his robe. But they ain't telling you this. They're not telling you this. They just giving you the story of a miracle. Oh, and it's just him. No, it is not. No, it is not. Okay? And people might be like, listen, you shouldn't be telling everybody this. You shouldn't be telling everybody that. Okay? What the fuck do I look like holding on to information that helps the people? What do I really look like, huh? What do I look like? That's like Jesus going around and not telling Peter or none of the apostles that they could do it too. Okay? You seeing it in the flesh, and I'm not saying that I'm Jesus. I'm telling you what you can do too. I'm telling you, I'm showing you what it is. I'm showing you, okay? And it's coming through this, per Christians, evil tarot, evil divination. But I'm showing you with proof what it is. We can be adorned in divinity and power. Period. Okay? They'll tell you in the history books that it was a group of people that came and they were adorned in gold. So now that's giving me a different perspective. They were adorned in gold. So in my head, I got, they had on a lot of gold jewelry. They had on a lot of gold jewelry. No, it was the gods that they saw on these boats. Okay? This is the reason why in the gods of Egypt, they bled gold. Okay? They telling you without fucking telling you, bro. All right? And it's kind of got me a little bit pissed and in my feelings, but this is the main reason why I'm telling y'all. Okay? That same, you can do it too, Punchinella type shit. Ain't nothing no secret. Raise your vibration. Raise your energy. Your shit is sacred. Okay? It is sacred. Can't nobody have it unless you give it away. All right? And this is what these people have been doing. Christianity, this is what they've been doing. Every day or every Sunday that people go to the church, this is the energy that they harvesting. That shit that you seen on me. This is the energy that they harvesting. Every time they throw a Super Bowl game or any type of game for that fact, that's the energy that they harnessing, okay? Don't participate in that bullshit because it's energy harvesting, okay? This is what they doing on holidays. All of that illuminations that's on y'all that y'all got and y'all don't even know that y'all got, that's energy. That's life force energy on every holiday. You better believe they in the cauldrons like this, vamping all of whatever you got, gleaming and beaming off of you. You best believe. Pay attention to everything, okay? The holidays, the games, the Super Bowl, the this, the that, those are major harvesting events. And what are they harvesting? Your energy. That aura, that beam that you saw. That you saw. That shit ain't no joke. All right? That shit grew that fucking cucumber. That looked like a colossal cucumber. Have you ever heard of that? A colossal cucumber. So imagine what else my energy can do for me. Imagine. Listen, a lot of people gonna be like, who in the fuck is she? I'm divinely faceted. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.